Welcome to Happy Hour Live with Meg and T. Nice intro, buddy. We have some special guests on the show tonight. We'll be showing you later on. We're hosting a new foster dog today, Acacia. So
we'll show her later on today.
Acacia's off frame right now, but she's ready to make her debut.
She's just getting comfortable.
And we're working with the prompt of rum today. So Tamir's going to tell you a little bit about the category of rum at large. And then also we are celebrating International Save the Bees Day. So both of us will be featuring honey in our rum cocktails.
Awesome. This honey's not labeled here, but that's okay. It's from Port Costa. We're very lucky to have this. I have a spoonful each day before I go to work. I get allergies, and so it actually does help, believe it or not. So I have a little bit left. Pretty excited for it. And we're talking rum cocktails. We're also talking honey cocktails. I even heard a request for an old-fashioned, so I'm just going to combine them all together. An old-fashioned is a definition of a cocktail, believe it or not. So let's rewind. Spirit, sugar, bitters, and water. So that being said, we're going to go spirit, this rum, which I'll talk about. We're going to do some sugar, which will be the honey. We're going to do some bitters. Most everybody hopefully has this at home, Angostura bitters. It's pretty much the only bitters that most people know. So Angostura bitters. And we're going to incorporate water. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm using one of these cubes. These aren't fully frozen yet, but these are Tovolo. It's a Tovolo ice tray, you can say, and it's made of silicone, and so it's fairly large, and they're really nice. And for example, I can show you one of them right here. I am just going to use my hand. I'm all sanitized because I always use my sanitizer ahead of time. So I'm going to cover up that ice bin, because if I keep it completely closed, it will stay cool all the way through, just like a cooler. So I have my ice in here, and I'm actually putting the ice in ahead of time because when I make this drink and I stir it and put it right in there, sometimes it cracks, and it doesn't really matter, but I like it when it doesn't crack. So back to the cocktail. We have sugar, which is the honey, sugarcane spirit here, which is the rum, the bitters, and then the water is this ice cube. So I'm going to make an old-fashioned. I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. I'm going to use my jigger. Actually, I lied. I cannot use a jigger for this honey. So I'm going to guesstimate a 1/4 ounce with a bar spoon, because I want to use the remainder to stir. So this is a little bit of a bar trick, and there's a little estimating going on here. Sometimes you'll see measurements in books that say a bar spoon. I really don't know what that is, because all bar spoons are different. In this case, I'm going to use, how about, just about that much. So that's in there already. And I've just shy 1/4 ounce of this honey. I'm going to add my bitters. I'm going to go pretty heavy here. There are a lot of nice baked spices in Angostura, like cinnamon, and you can say allspice, but flavors like that would we bake with. And that works really well with rum and honey. So this will be really good on a cold spring day with that rain coming down. So I'm going to go fairly heavy there on my bitters. Maybe I can show the camera how much I put in there. Boom. You kind of see that where that honey is. You know what's going on. All right. I'm stirring this guy up a little bit ahead of time, but now I'm going to add my rum. And normally I do enjoy using 2 ounces of this base spirit here. And that's to make my old fashions with whiskey. I'm going to use 2 ounces of this rum as well. I'm a little concerned that it's only 80 proof, but we're using what we got here in quarantine. So I might make a sweeter old fashioned here, which might be pretty nice. This rum, I have no idea how to get in the United States. According to my customer, who is really sweet, Alicia, also known as Dr. Jackson, she's a regular, and she gave me a present. She's from the Caribbean, and she really likes to showcase her rums, and she just loves rums. So she brought me this rum. It's fairly sweet, but it has some like honey qualities to it. So I got excited when I heard we have to do honey and rum and old fashioned. So I'm gonna pre-stir this a little bit ahead of time so I have all the ingredients mixed in together. But since my ice cube is not very large here, I am gonna add some more. Oh wow, I can smell that. It's really good.
What does it smell like?
It smells like the allspice and honey mixed in. It smells like a baked banana bread. Actually, that's
yum.
Yeah, that's basically like something baked just out of the oven. And that's kind of what rum is. It's molasses that's distilled, and molasses is a byproduct of rum, so it's all dark and it's got that all those dark spices. I just straight think allspice, cinnamon, nutmeg, all the good fun stuff. So I got that all going on. I'm gonna add a little bit of ice here. Make a mess. Ice cubes. Stick into my ice cube. Thank you very much. Always throw ice in before bartenders. That's the best thing to do, especially at home. Hella fun. So, stir away. Now, I'm not going to stir this like I am a martini. I'm just going to add a little bit of water and mostly get this cold. Cats don't like ice. I'm going to use your strainer. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm a liar. Good work. I'm using a vintage stir thing here.
That one's really tricky, and
it's really tricky, but I'm gonna
think you're holding it upside down.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Okay, good luck.
I'm just gonna make sure no ice comes out. So don't
dangerous.
Do this at home.
Proceed with caution.
No, I have some skills. That I know. So I'm not gonna spill anything. I guarantee it. But don't do that at home. Use tools that you enjoy, and once you find one that you like, own it and maybe buy a backup. You never know when the cat might take it. All right, so I have my old fashioned right here. It's a little under diluted, so that ice right there will add water as I sip on it. Oh God, the stickers. Why didn't you take the sticker off?
That was the lesson from yesterday. I'm shocked you didn't learn it. Somebody needs to do their homework.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, here we go. The peeler we do not like, but I'm gonna do my best to get a peel.
Just don't lose a finger.
I won't lose a finger. Now, with an old fashioned, I really like to get a little zest in there, so I'm zesting this over the glass, and of course I'm really bad at it, but that's okay, I can try again. I have a lot of lemon here. I'm only making one drink tonight, and yes, you're right, this is very hard. We are gonna get a better zester, and I'm not gonna hurt myself. But I'm getting, as I'm doing this, the zest of the lemon is actually going into that glass. So this is kind of a puny one. I gotta work on my skills or buy a better zester. And I like to put it on the side because when I sip on it like this, it's not gonna go in my mouth. Oh yeah, pretty tasty. So that's basically a starter's old fashioned because that lower proof, a little sweeter with the rum. It's pretty tasty. Yeah, that's about it.
That's perfect.
That's it.
Thanks so much, Tamigo. I guess it'll be my turn. And I was giving you a little visual intro, but I'll also introduce you to sweet Acacia, who we just got today. She's a foster. She's looking for a forever home. And of course, most of you know Darla, and that was Eli who made a little cameo earlier. You want to swap out, bud?
Oh, yeah.
So, welcome to those of you who are just joining us today. I saw Sam came in, and I'm glad you're here because I was thinking of Earl all day. It's International Save the Bees Day. So we are both using Port Costa honey today to celebrate our friends at the Bull Valley Roadhouse who are saving the bees. And without further ado, I will be making like a daiquiri kind of riff with rum and then honey and just some fresh flavors to make it fun, give it a tropical kind of vacation vibe since we're enjoying kind of a staycation. I'm hesitant to say that because I don't want to take lightly the pandemic at hand, but we're definitely enjoying the time to relax, and if you have to be trapped in your house, you might as well be trapped in your house with a pineapple basil daiquiri that tastes like you're in a tropical exotic location. So I'm gonna use the Don Q Pina. Don Q hosted me in Puerto Rico for a week, and it was called the Cane Camp Experience.
I'm gonna take a look at that bottle.
Yeah, check that out. And
how was Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico was amazing. It was so colorful and beautiful and just a very immersive cultural experience. So for me, that was the takeaway of the rum experience, that it's more than just a spirit. It's about sort of creating a vibe and an energy and just something that is almost transcendent when you bring together flavors and culture and music and food and people. It was very magical for me. So hopefully we can get some of that into your homes, viewers. So started with that pineapple rum, and I'm gonna be using this Bull Valley Roadhouse honey, and I'll also use the bar spoon. If I were going to be doing this for an event, like a party, or to make more than one or two of these, I would dilute the honey with hot water over the stove. As it is, we're gonna just kind of wing it. We had a really fun day picking up Acacia, the foster dog, and just want a simple cocktail. So again, our cocktail base is always gonna be a spirit, sugar, water, and bitters. That's kind of like the basic formula for how to make a cocktail. In this case, I'm making a sour cocktail. So typically we would use lime juice. In this case, we're gonna use lemon.
We don't like to waste. That's why that's from last night. /
we don't have limes. But
thank you, Eric.
Perfect. We love Eric. Thanks for the citrus delivery. You're awesome. And then just as a little something bonus, I grabbed basil from the fridge. I like to always incorporate seasonal produce whenever possible. So here, I'm just gonna save like this really beautiful like basil cap more for the garnish, because we know we like to do the crazy garnishes. And then I'm gonna take a few of the leaves that are separate, and with basil or with mint, my trick or tip is always to just
oops, do that again. Boom.
Tear
yes.
it. They say torn basil.
I love the smell after that. Yeah.
It just like explodes with flavor and really expresses the aromas. So typically we've heard of muddled mint in a mojito, but little known industry tip, if you tear it first, I think it really opens up more flavors. So.
Yep. I was really happy when I figured that out myself one day and then saw everybody else doing that.
So
it really works.
A little bit of ice here. And
so why don't you use a lot of ice? Sometimes I see, yeah.
Giving me a lesson. I like that.
I'm not telling you to. Sometimes it's good to use different amounts.
Oh, you're inquiring. You're not instructing.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you talk about dilution? Can you like flip that towards you? Because I don't really have anything to say on the topic.
Knowing how much ice goes into your shaker can play a big role into your cocktail. If you have a little bit of ice and you shake it for a long time, you incorporate more aeration. And if you put a little too much ice, you don't get the aeration and you might dilute it too fast. So that perfect balance is key.
Perfect. So I wasn't really even thinking about how much ice I was putting in the tin, to be honest. So thank you, Tamir, for sort of like decoding that. But I'm guessing because of the honey being pretty viscous, my third eye was kind of gonna use a little bit of ice so that the flavors can incorporate and get cold. But I don't want to add too much water.
Yep, that's it.
I mean, if you add too much water, you can always add more booze. I found that helps you earn forgiveness for any sin you commit as a bartender. So.
Exactly. Well, I've seen cocktails made exactly the same way with a little bit of ice and a lot of ice. It all depends on the shake and how long and what kind of ice.
Okay, and now I'm feeling self-conscious about my shake that everyone's
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
I'm just going to shake
it. You have the best shake.
And I'm feeling that the tin is getting like really cold and actually come
Yeah, you can
closer.
see it. It's all
you
frosty.
You can see like I can't even like spell with my finger Acacia, our new foster, you know?
Oh, Acacia's right here.
Yeah, or whatever I want to spell.
Sleeping.
But, so that's kind of when I stop, when it starts getting frothy. That's when I know the temperature's right. Do you want to show inside the tin too?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you can already see like the broken ice shards. And you can see that little torn basil in there as well. Really simple cocktail, super basic daiquiri recipe, but because I added that torn basil and because I made the choice to use the pineapple rum, I think it's going to be really flavorful and delicious. I'm actually
I like the color.
Oh, you like the color?
See, do I have to taste it? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm actually allergic to pineapple, so I'm actually probably not going to taste this one, but I'll smell it. But not yet. I'm not quite done. So this, I love the sort of like, it's like a mint tip, but the little basil tip right here. But because I like to be a little extra dramatic in my presentation sometimes, I'm going to try it with the full thing first and see how it looks. And if we were at my bar, the Commons Club, I might use some additional, like, I don't know, lime wheel or like a cocktail pin or something, like a skewer, to make a composed thing with like a wheel and the tip. But for the house, I think that's fine.
It's lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want to try it? Let me smell it first. It smells really good. All I smell is basil.
I'll be glad to try it. Oh, it's nice.
You cut off our heads.
Oops.
It's okay. It's hard.
We're back.
We could just go like this.
But it's gonna get fixed
Oh,
in just a second. There's
Our,
a nice delay.
our monitor is delayed. That's so funny.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud that
So
this
now-
is the 5th day. There we go. See?
Okay, you
Nice
can't see
delay.
your head. I don't need to be leaning on the bar.
I'll just take another sip.
So let's see if they had anything to say here. So that's pretty much it for our episode today. I'm seeing that Eric wants to know if we do to-go orders. I wouldn't be beyond lowering a mason jar from the patio on a string.
Yeah, I can do that.
I guess that would be technically to-go, kind of like a dumbwaiter, but just on a piece of
I think with
twine.
Eric, he can catch it. So
Okay.
he might just be able to toss it.
I won't look. I'll leave the room and don't tell my mother. And other than that, let's see. Somebody wants that in their face. Right, meow. I love that.
Right, meow.
And we're going to be working on new ideas for upcoming episodes.
Yeah.
So keep them coming, new ideas.
And maybe a tripod too, so we know exactly where to put that phone.
Sounds good.
We're kind of picky on that.
And other than that, if you know anyone who needs a good dog, Acacia's looking for a home. We've got another dog, Eucalyptus, coming tomorrow.
Yeah, lots of work, lots of dogs.
Anything else you want to say before we head out?
No?
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Stay home, stay safe, keep your hours happy, and your drinks sweet and sour.
And bitter. Salt.